Hey everyone, so today in the mail I got all of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup products, which include the new powder bronzers and the Anastasia Soft Glam eyeshadow palette, and I also picked up the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. The only thing out of their new collection that I didn't get was any of the new liquid lipsticks because any of the shades didn't really tickle my fancy, and I also thought that they were quite expensive. I think they were like £20 or something for one liquid lipstick. I think so, I could be wrong, but I'm nearly sure it was £20 for one liquid lipstick, whereas it was just like no, because these three things already was £101. I'm just going to go into the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette first. Out of the three things that I got, this is probably one of the most things I'm excited about the most, mainly because I'm just excited to see what the formula is like. I've heard that it is like the Subculture palette, but I'm also wondering, is it actually like the Modern Renaissance palette? I have the Subculture palette here and the Modern Renaissance palette because I'm kind of wanting to do like a side-to-side comparison, because within the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette there is similar shades, or they're either the same shades or similar shades. So this one here is obviously the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette, and this here is the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. But within these two palettes, they both have shades called Cypress Umber and Burnt Orange. There's also a shade here called Raw Sienna and Sienna, but this one's just a wee bit more warmer. Whenever I actually have them like side to side like this, there is a similar pattern going on. I'm just wanting to see today, like, is it really worth getting the Soft Glam palette whenever you already have the Modern Renaissance palette? Because as you can see here, you know, there is a lot of similarities, but the only thing that the Modern Renaissance palette doesn't have is a black, although it does have a dark brown, and that is the Cypress Umber shade that you also get in the Soft Glam palette. People were saying that what they loved most about the Soft Glam palette was that it comes with a black shade. I don't necessarily like black shades, I sometimes just think they're a wee bit too harsh, whereas I prefer like a really dark brown shade, and if I want it to be more intense and more darker, I can just build it up. Next we have the bronzer, and I love the packaging. I think we all know I'm a sucker for packaging. It's a very like sleek matte finish. Before I had actually went on and purchased a bronzer, I had went on to their Instagram page because I wasn't too sure on what shade to get. So the shade that I got was Saddle, and that's what it looks like there. Lastly, I picked up the Amrezy highlighter. So the bronzer and the Amrezy highlighter come in the same compact component, but obviously because this is Amrezy's collaboration, the packaging itself is obviously different. And every time I look at this highlighter, I'm like, I get a wee bit speechless, to be honest. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, the camera probably isn't even doing it justice. Like, and I just love like the layout of it, like the ripple. I cleaned all of my brushes yesterday. This isn't all of my brushes, by the way. This is like all of my everyday brushes. If you have me on Snapchat, you would see how many brushes I cleaned. I think it took me like 3 hours. The only brush I didn't clean was my highlighting brush, as you can see. So I'm just going to take the Morphe M510. Okay, here goes. Am I Amrezy yet? Okay, so that is intense AF. Oh my god. Love it. Now for bronzer, and again this is in the shade Saddle. I've heard that it's quite pigmented. Whoa, holy shit. God, that picked up quite a lot there. Okay, so I'm just going to tap off the excess and pick up a wee bit more because I'm greedy. You see, I'm the type of person that I like things that are pigmented, but I also like things that you can build up. Blusher is a great example of this. You can just go so crazy with a bronzer and contour and everything. It's good that you can be able to make it nice and subtle and sun-kissed, whereas it's nice that you can actually build it up for more of a structured look. So I first off think that's an absolutely perfect shade for me. It is pigmented, even though I'm not picking up too much on my brush to start off with. And then I'm just kind of diffusing that bronzer into that highlighter as well, just so it doesn't look so liney or something. Okay, so I'm now going to go into the eyeshadow palette. I haven't a clue what the hell I'm going to use. My eye is kind of aiming towards this shade here, the shade Sultry. It's quite dark, which I don't really want to go too dark. Or there's the shade Bronze. Oh no, that's nice. I haven't really filmed with a bronze shade in quite a while. So I'm first going to take the shade Burnt Orange. So I'm just going to use the wee Anastasia brush that it came with, and I'm just going to use the fluffier side. The first thing I'm noticing is you're actually getting a lot of kick up with the shadow, just like the Subculture palette. But because I'm not an asshole that I've done this with the Subculture palette, I'm just going to dip in twice, and that will obviously cover my brush and tap off the excess. So this is Burnt Orange, and I'm just going to place that just in my crease. Really? Okay. We ain't using that brush. I'm going to take a Ruby blender brush, going back into the Burnt Orange shade and crease. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm just going to keep on going into that Burnt Orange shade. I'm just going to take quite a light hand each time and build up the transition shade, so I'm not going on with full blown colour. I'm just wanting to build the colour up. Okay, so far so good. I'm not getting any problems at all with this one shadow. This one here, Sienna. I think the palette was upside down there. So you've probably seen that shade as Anise. Again, I'm getting quite a lot of kickback with the like shadow falling out and stuff. But I only dipped it in once or twice, and then I took off the excess. And again, I'm just going to place that shade just in my crease. Okay. I don't know whether it's just my eyes, but here looks quite dark. I'm just going to take that Kylie brush again, and I'm just going to blend again. Just to see if I can blend that out a wee bit. Okay, so it's looking a wee bit more seamless now. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Mulberry. So this is just a burgundy shade. So I'm just going to be packing that on just in my outer V. And I'm going to go into that Ruby brush again, and I'm just going to start to blend that out. So now I'm taking the Mulberry shade, and I'm just going to go back in with the Anastasia brush, and I'm going to take the flat side, and I'm just going to pack that on. I'm really nervous about blending this out. Like, this is the thing, you shouldn't be nervous about flipping blending out an eyeshadow. Like, I just don't know what Anastasia is playing at. Oh, okay, it's actually blending out alright. So I'm kind of finding like the more I'm actually blending this Mulberry shade, the more it's actually losing its shade, like its colour. Like, obviously here is where I have been packing like this shade here, and like as you can see, I don't know if it's picking up on camera or not, like it's a beautiful burgundy shade, But as I'm blending out, like, yeah, it still looks like a burgundy red, but it's kind of going quite dark. I don't know, so I'm just going to pack on the tiniest wee bit more. Go back into that big blending brush again. So I'm just going to buff the edges out. I just think that looks messy, or else if that was cleaned up more, it wouldn't look as messy. So I'm going to go with this bronze shade, and as I said, I'm just going to pack that just... Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh my god. Oh, I am satisfied. Getting at those edges. Just going to cut my crease with this bronze shade. I'm not going to use any concealer or anything because I don't want to sabotage any of the shades or anything. I don't want to piss them off or anything. I just want to keep them as real as possible. Blend it all together, like, I don't know. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go in right into that mulberry shade, and I'm just going to run that just along my lower lash line. I'm not going to put any false lashes on because I just want you to actually see the complete finished look and not to be hidden with any lashes. So I'm just going to do a wee rundown of the products. Oh my god, how weird do I not look? I look like I should be in one of those wee circuses. Freak show or something. First, start off with the highlighter. Obviously, if you're familiar with me or my channel, you'll know that I would have just loved this anyway. I think it is absolutely beautiful. The bronzer, very, very powdery. That's one thing I will say about it. If you can see, but you might be able to see like the indents of the brush. I will continue to be very light-handed with this. I do think I went for the perfect shade. So if you are around my skin tone, I would ideally go for Saddle. I'm on the fence, I really don't know. If we were to put it down to comparing these two, I understand where people are coming from. Like, I do personally think that yes, the formula of the shadows in this Soft Glam palette is like the Subculture palette. Whenever I was dipping in my brush, I was getting a lot of kick up. They blended fine, but there was a few wee hiccups that like I didn't necessarily have to fix, but I just worked with. The way my eyes look at the minute, I'm not mad, but I don't love them, and I personally think that is my fault. I'm just going to take full responsibility of that. I think it was just the shades that I had used, although they're alright, but they're just not my cup of tea. Whenever I open up the Subculture palette, I'm in love. I love this shade range of this palette. Like, I love it. The Subculture palette forces you to go out of your comfort zone. Whereas you open up the Modern Renaissance palette and you're just greeted by the most beautiful warm toned shades. But then you go to the new Soft Glam palette and you open it and it's like, meh, meh. There are similarities in these two palettes. Modern Renaissance, Soft Glam. So in my personal opinion, if you have the Modern Renaissance palette and you're kind of on the fence about getting the Soft Glam palette, I wouldn't really waste your money, to be honest. But like, by all means, if you want to get the Soft Glam palette, go for it. You know, it's an eyeshadow palette. But yeah, like, I'm just going to continue like playing with it. I do think that this is an absolutely beautiful eyeshadow palette. Like, if you are a makeup artist and your clientele is more mature ladies, or you do a lot of bridal work or formal work, I do think this would be an absolutely beautiful eyeshadow palette for you. But if you are just a beginner or just someone that's just looking for like an eyeshadow palette, I don't know. Like, there is so many more eyeshadow palettes out there, like the Jivis Place or Palace eyeshadow palettes, Morphe, you know, flipping even Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes that you do not, that you don't spend this amount of money and you don't have to put the amount of effort into blending the shadows out. I don't know whether I like it or not. I'm definitely going to use this in continued tutorials. But other than that, if anybody has bought this, please let me know what you think. Give these another close-up of my eye makeup. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. They will all be linked down below in the description box. So until next time, I will see you guys later.